Good morning, everybody. It's Lynn, the leather bag lady. How are you all today? It's Thursday morning, and it is still only 25 to 11. So a couple of things before we start. Yesterday's video, I don't know what happened to it, but it's gone. Never had that happen before. So I'm going to redo some of what was in yesterday's video, and I'll show you today's bag as well. That's all I can do. Weather today, Leather Bag Lady weather report. It's dang cold out there, but it's nice and sunny. And I'll tell you what I'm up to this afternoon once we're finished with the bags. So this was yesterday's bag. So for those of you who've already seen yesterday's video, this is going to be a repeat. I won't spend a lot of time on it. But here it is. It's a beautiful light gray leather shoulder bag, very simply designed, but pretty, very pretty. This detail here is really cool. It's like a rolled leather. There'll be like a cord or a piece of cording or something inside. And then these little lines are all thread. It's really kind of cool. And then you've got this weighted element, which seems to be on a lot of bags that I'm finding these days. Our next bag has it as well. It's a Canadian-made bag by a company called Durabilt out of Vancouver, BC. Here is... Now, yesterday's video I did notice was very grainy. Now, it doesn't appear to me to be grainy, so I'm not sure why that's happened. Not sure. So my apologies, I guess, is all I can say, because I'm about to show you this label, and if you're not able to see it clearly, then again, my apologies. So for the Elano, which is the E is for, must be maybe a division of Durabilt, made in Vancouver. Yeah, Durabilt Handbags Limited, Vancouver, BC. So there you go. Beautiful bags. Got one of these really cute zipper pulls, which I love, very vintage. I've listed this as an 80s. Internally, it's that kind of 60s, 70s velvet. But this detail I'm finding on a lot of 80s bags. So that's why I've listed it. And you can have it sit high like this, or it'll even fold down and you can have it like that. Could this be considered a pain in the butt? Maybe, but it's certainly one of the outstanding features of this bag. So if you bought the bag and you didn't like it, put it inside. Don't cut it off, because if everybody did that to those beautiful bags or these beautiful bags, I wouldn't be able to find them and pass them on to you. There is a little bit of an area inside where the lining has yellowed. And I mean, by yellow, can I find the spot? I can't even find it now. Oh, here it is. I don't even know if you're going to be able to pick that up. It's just got a little bit of a yellow tinge to it. I don't know why that would be. But other than that, this bag doesn't even look like it's been used. Couple of compartments inside. No side zipper, just a zipper in this compartment in the middle. I've added a hole to the strap. So that is yesterday's bag. And as I said, woke up this morning and the video was gone. So I'm not sure if I did something last night, or I'm not sure what that's all about. So there is the bag. Now today's bag, I've shown you it briefly, but now it's all cleaned, and probably should have stuffed it. I say that all the time, but I haven't. This is a beautiful eel skin and black suede shoulder bag. The 80s for me was kind of the 80s is when I discovered my fashion style, I guess. And I remember going downtown Spadina in Toronto on Boxing Day. Now, this was back in the day where stores were not allowed to be open on Boxing Day. And I went down there and I went to the fashion district, and literally I had a boyfriend with me at the time, and he was so frustrated with me because I would walk in the front door and I'd scan the shop, and I knew if I was going to like anything or not. He ended up sitting outside because he was so frustrated with not even, he's like, how do you not know there's something in here you're going to like? I said, just no. And I ended up coming home with a pair of tan eel skin pumps, a pair of cream wool pants, and a sheer blouse. And they were both from, it was a Chinese, Canadian, I can't remember his name. I want to say Simon Chang, but I don't think that, maybe it was Simon Chang. And they were samples. It was like a sample sale back when I could fit into a sample, because I could back in the day. I really could. I didn't realize just how freaking slim I was. Message to you all out there, you're never really as bad as you think you are. And I need to adhere to my own advice or my own mantra, because I look back at pictures then and yeah. So that designer, I think, went on to do as many of these great smaller brands like your Dooney and Bourke, and even the Coach with their factory outlet bags. And I think it maybe was Simon Chang, because I know he ended up doing stuff for Kmart. And yeah, so that's where my first experience with eel skin. And then my sister bought me the most beautiful burgundy eel skin change purse. I must have been 14, 15. I still have it somewhere. I don't know where. But that burgundy color is my color. But this is today's bag. It's got a great little pedestal. Now, I haven't sized it based on just that base, because it does incorporate this area. So I think it's 12 and a half inches wide, I think by 10. And then the strap drop 14, 15 and a half. I'm not sure. It's all in the listing in my Etsy shop. This beautiful element, as in the bag previously, is just so classy. I love it. And you've got one compartment here with a zipper. There's your genuine eel skin made in Korea, and that is a zippered pocket inside. And then you've got another compartment in the front, which has a magnet on it. What does that say? Victory hook. Sometimes these have got interesting information on them. Patent pending, UK, like amazing where this hardware comes from. But it's a beautiful bag. Now, the only thing is the strap's not that long. Shoulder, absolutely. Crossbody. Actually, it sits better than I thought it was going to, because I was going to suggest that you could take this off and put a longer strap on it. But you know what? Because of the nature of the opening, you don't want it so far down your hip that it's not comfortable to get into. This way, I don't have to lean over. I don't have to do any of that stuff. And I mean, when you're in and out of your purse as often as you should be, could be, would be, depending on how often you go out, how often you need to get your wallet out, that can sometimes cause you some issues. And there is an additional little fashion detail, which I didn't realize, is these little... Now, I actually originally wondered if that was for this to slip into. Let me see. See? Might be. And there's 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. Could be. And if it isn't, if you wanted to use it for that, why not? So that is today's bag. It's gorgeous. I have a soft spot for eel skin. I don't sell a lot of eel skin, but when I come across something as beautifully made as in and in as excellent condition as this, I'm going to pick it up. And I did. It's listed. And there you go. There is yesterday's bag and today's bag. And yeah, today I am off to Burford. I'm having a sit down with the people that run the trailer park that I went to visit with my friend Lori a couple of weeks ago. Just got some extra questions I want to ask them. And I like the park. I like where it is. I like that it's so close to the 403 and then almost the 401 where you get on at Woodstock. Yeah, just still trying to... My appointment with the accountant yesterday just threw me for a loop. I did manage to sleep, but I was up at 5 this morning and my head was just spinning. So many different things that I need to be doing. So I need to just troubleshoot that and get on with it. So let's get... I'll recap yesterday's history piece and I'll add the rest of the Calvin Klein pages, and then that's Calvin Klein done. So yesterday we talked about $977 million was created in revenue by Calvin Klein because of digital advertising. And that was very early in the day. And there are lots of business gurus, Gary Vaynerchuk, people of that stature who have been kind of touting that information back in the day when email was new. You know, that was the way to go. 2 years ago, Gary Vaynerchuk was talking about TikTok, that it was going to explode. It has done. So, you know, getting into something quickly before it kind of, not that it fizzles out, but that it reaches its maturity, then is a good thing. I mean, Calvin Klein used the Kardashians. I mean, how many seasons? I don't know. I've never really watched the Kardashians, but I think it was 20 seasons and they stopped filming like 2 years ago or something. So that's a lot of years to be ahead of the game, as it were. His daughter was kidnapped by a previous babysitter. You know, you got some money in the bank when somebody kidnaps your family. I mean, how horrendous and tragic is that? Doesn't say whether they got her back, but I'm sure they did. That's yesterday's bits of information. Today's, he was the first designer to become a household name, and he was one of the first designers to use his own name as branding. And I'm going to move over to one of my favorite brands, Liz Claiborne. She was the very same. She was one of the first women to have a Fortune 100 company. They hadn't even got to Fortune 500 yet. I think that's how it went. She was one of the original female entrepreneurs who expanded, much like we talked about yesterday with, or the day before when I did the Kettle Creek Canvas Company. Columbia Sportswear owned Coach and Kate Spade. Sarah Lee then owned Coach, and like these companies, they combine and they get owned by consortiums. Like Danier Leather, when it was sold in 2016, it was a consortium that bought it out. Roots Canada, majority shareholders are a consortium. What does that mean is the dollar is worth more than the product, unfortunately. And with Roots, we're seeing that. The quality. Danier, I've said it a million times. I pass over Danier stuff all the time now when I'm out looking for my treasures. It's junk. In my opinion, it's junk. I wouldn't take it if you gave it to me for free. The quality of the leather is so poor based on what it was historically. And then last but not least, 2017, they changed their logo to all capitals. I'm a car girl, I love cars. Not that I'm very into Kia, but they have recently changed their signage, their logo. I kind of like it. It's all capitals now, and it's a little more aggressive. They've got a beautiful, is it a Stinger it's called? Nice car. And then unfortunately you see it's a Kia and you just go, ugh. Which I don't know why we do that. We probably shouldn't. They're probably great cars. Anyway, 15 minutes in, way too long. Some days I don't know what I'm going to talk about, and some days I can't shut my face. So there we go. Anyway, everybody, have a great rest of the day. Enjoy it. Do something fun. Be kind to yourself, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.